Oh, hi. I was just reading one of my favorite comics, Bedlam. I know they say comics are just for geeks and dorks, and to be fair, going into a comic book is kind of intimidating, kind of like it's dark and small, like the Batcave. But I promise, they're actually really, really cool. I mean, they're just so many awesome things.
I tremble. They're gonna eat me.
Okay, yeah, we have some jerks in the industry, but not everyone's like...
They're gonna eat me alive. If I stumble.
Okay. The costumes are a little ridiculous for women.
They're gonna eat me alive. Can you hear my heart beating like that?
Okay, and there are a lot of white guys, but not everyone.
Joe Blackwell started reading comics when he was 8, but they didn't look like this. Batman and Catwoman having sex on the rooftop, a drunken Bruce Wayne, or blood-splattered battles with heads whacked off.
To be fair, if you're getting your news from Fox, then I'm gonna question your judgment on that one.
Hear my heart beating like that.
Okay, I get the hint. Okay, there's a lot of issues in comics. A lot of racism and sexism and a lot of other things that may keep people out of getting into comics. But I'm here to prove that they are actually wonderful, and I'll point out the faults, but I'll also lead you into the right direction to pick up some really good comics and avoid the duds. Let's get started.
I'm alive, my heart keeps beating like a hammer. Hard to be soft, tough to be tender. Come take my pulse, the paces on a runaway train.
There has to be something in here that's not... There has to be... Okay, Lucifer's definitely doesn't have a... It's not... Lucifer's clearly the lead. I mean... No. But it still has some very good female characters, I mean... Come on. You may be wondering why comics. Why am I freaking out over the fact that comics are apparently, well, comics are being sexist, and why am I freaking out about this? Because comics have a huge influence in our culture. Like, there's the Avengers movie, there's the Spider-Man movie, there's the Superman movies, the Batman movies. So many movies! Also, these comic books are now being turned into TV shows that are easily more accessible for children now. And name one little boy or one little girl that did not see the Avengers and was not pumped about it. Actually, I decided to ask you guys, well, not you guys in particular, but students in Columbia, who their favorite female superhero was. And here's what I found.
And why?
My favorite female superhero, I'd have to say, is Poison Ivy.
Female superhero would have to be Catwoman.
My favorite female comic book superhero is probably Miss Marvel, because she can fly, she has these photon blasters, she's pretty cool.
Name your favorite female superhero and why.
Female superhero? I guess Wonder Woman, just because that's the only one that I really know.
My favorite female superhero is probably Sandra Bullock.
Definitely. Gosh, that's hard. Can I say Wonder Woman? I always liked Hawk Girl. She was a little tougher. She had the big wings on her back, so she flew that way. So I always thought she was pretty cool.
Okay, I'm ready. I absolutely love Sakura from Card Captors back in the day.
My favorite female superhero has got to be Jean Grey.
I really like Storm. She's powerful, she's strong, and she broke comic book history when she broke it.
And this industry is using comics and superheroes in order to kind of build up reputations and stereotypes, so it's a cool use of the comic industry. So she's my favorite, the new Muslim superhero.
As you can see, a lot of people had a lot of issues trying to figure out their favorite female superhero. Most people picked out Catwoman because of the fact that she was probably because she was in the Christopher Nolan Batman movie trilogy, so it's easy to remember. Even I had trouble figuring out who my favorite female superhero was. Now, there's gotta be something. After doing some research, I found out that the trope, women in the refrigerator, came from comics. To be exact, it came from Green Lantern comics in 1994, number 54, where Green Lantern's girlfriend is killed and then stuffed into a refrigerator. Yeah, another comic book writer, Gal Simmons, pointed this out and started making a list of all these female superheroes that that were either depowered, humiliated, or just killed, which seems to happen a lot. Here's a current example of the female in the refrigerator trope. We're going to talk about Mark Millar. He wrote Kick-Ass 1, Kick-Ass 2, Kick-Ass 3, Jupiter's Legacy, and The Authority. Now, in Kick-Ass 2, there is a horrific rape scene, as here's a panel from that. You'll see that, yeah, it's pretty gruesome. But when he was interviewed about this rape scene, he said this. To prove that he's wrong about this, I'm gonna bring up the Joker. He never had to use rape as a reason to prove that he was insane, cuckoo, or anything like that. Even in the animated series, he scared me nightmares because he would give his victims a hideous grin since it's a TV show and he couldn't kill them. Mark Millar isn't the only one who has issues with using rape as a way to propel the plot forward or to even make a plot. There's Alan Moore, who wrote Watchmen and V for Vendetta and The Killing Joke. In Watchmen, one of the female characters is nearly raped by a superhero, and she's saved by another superhero. And by the end of the book, you find out that she fell in love with her attacker and had his child. Also in V for Vendetta, it opens up with Evie nearly being raped. The Killing Joke, the Joker comes in, shoots Barbara Gordon, and is paralyzed, and it's kind of hinted that he raped her. Why is this important for this class? Why is it so important that women are represented with more than just one body type? As you know, comics are seeping into culture through our TV, through movies, and even through Netflix now. But none of us, even with all these influences that comics have, we can't really name a female superhero. We have issues with that. The only people that I met who could answer my question were already really deep into comics, who had a passionate love for them. If you're annoyed by how women are depicted, pick up a comic book.